the BJP's condemnation of the statement made by the Home Minister in the context of the 3 officers on whom inquiry proceedings are going on in Gujarat. All of you all heard senior leader of the opposition in Rajya Sabha, Shri Arun Jaitley, talk about it yesterday. The BJP is elaborating its position today. Very clearly, we find that the Congress party is totally frustrated, is unable to win the hearts of the people of Gujarat, is unable to get into Gujarat through fair electoral means. And as a result, in the last 5 years, progressively their frustration is seen in the way in which they have misused the CBI. They have continuously tried giving too many information through their friends in the NGO circle, which are baseless. They have been alleging things which are now subjected to a lot of inquiries, but fact remains that there is a disinformation campaign with an intention to defame the Gujarat government. With the CBI, they tried doing a lot of things. They're continuing to do it. Now their approach is getting added on with the way in which they're trying to bring in disaffection and a certain level of rancor among all India service officers in Gujarat. The Home Minister's statement, however subtle, however camouflaged, however couched in decent diplomatic language, indicates a certain invitation to those officers who might want to seek the central government's help in order to continue with the way in which they are not subjecting themselves to any disciplinary inquiry. So the Home Minister, who is expected to strengthen effective policing, disciplined policing, and good policing in this country, is himself, in a way, supporting delinquent officers. And that shows that it is probably with a certain hope that at least this would help in coming back to power in Gujarat. And I say this because the timing of this whole thing seems to have a pattern to it. It is certainly an attack on the federal structure. The Home Minister, by raising something which is very, very clearly mentioned in the All India Service rules, that the officers and for their purposes, the government, the word government very clearly refers to the state government. State government is the disciplinary, competent disciplinary authority to take any action. And if the Home Minister is suggesting that the central government can come into the picture, it is certainly raising questions about the state government's authority in matters of discipline, where as per the rules of the All India Services, it is the state government which is the competent authority. And therefore this attack or the subtle suggestion made by the Home Minister is a certain attack on the federal structure. Again, as we said earlier, the Home Minister is certainly seen, whether he intended it or not is a different issue, is seen supporting indisciplinary official. Is this a support given to indiscipline, or inadvertently is he suggesting that he would come in for help? And the more important and interesting part is there seem to be a selectivity about this whole thing. If I would just refer to the various advertisements which are coming from some state governments, And if you look into the recent data which is coming out on encounter deaths, you find some states are doing it in hundreds. Encounter deaths are happening in hundreds in many states. And in that list, Gujarat seems to be somewhere at the bottom. The total number of encounters which have happened between 2002 and 2007 in Gujarat is just 5. Whereas there are states which have entered into 300s and 200s, and such numbers of encounter does not stir the conscience of the Home Minister or those friendly NGOs which are constantly only searching for Gujarat and encounter in Gujarat. Where are they when encounters are happening in Uttar Pradesh, in Andhra Pradesh, in Maharashtra? So the selective approach to pull up state government, and particularly if it is Gujarat, and link even disciplinary matters to proceedings which are going on, and link everything to 2002 riot, just seems to tell us that the Congress party, in its frustration, because it's unable to win votes there, is adopting this means of, very devious means of making BJP look as though it is doing things which are unacceptable. It is very reflective of the Congress party's frustration, and it is a sad state and a sad day in our democracy that I hope inadvertently the Home Minister has encouraged those forces within his party to find a backdoor entry into Gujarat. I hope the Home Minister, as a constitutional part of a constitutional mechanism, understands and stands up for disciplined, good police force all over the country rather than encourage indiscipline. When I was telling you that there is a pattern to the way in which the Home Minister has come in and the Congress party has approached this matter, I will just flag off 2 or 3 instances on the basis of which we are saying this. You know that there were 1 or 2 officials transferred, deputation offered, without even consulting, leave alone taking the approval of Gujarat government. It was done with a purpose. And it was done with a purpose so that their meddling in Gujarat can be more effective. Similarly, in the Ishrat Jahan case, where even the Union Home Ministry filed an affidavit saying, yes, it was a Lashkar operative. The Lashkar-e-Toiba in its website itself claimed her as a Lashkar operative. Subsequently, the Union Ministry, Home Ministry, changes its viewpoint. There is a pattern to the way in which they're dealing with things happening in Gujarat. And now, of course, it is through the encouragement which is being given to indisciplined officials. Now, what are the motives with which the Congress party is doing this? After the loss, a disastrous loss in a by-election in Katlal, which was considered a fortress of the Congress party, they are unable to digest the fact that they are making no difference in Gujarat. And again, they are more worried that slowly but steadily, what they claimed as their vote bank, Muslim votes, are now increasingly coming to the BJP. You saw that nearly over 100 candidates in the local bodies election in Gujarat, Muslim candidates won the election with the lotus symbol, with BJP's symbol. If you look at the Sachar Committee's report, the inclusive growth which is happening in Gujarat has brought in a lot of development, access to education and healthcare in the minority community, and that has been now well established. The Congress party ruled states, on the contrary, are failing in governance, and therefore today the Congress has no answer, not only for the corruption which is happening by weekly basis in Delhi, but also in the states where they are in governance. They are not able to prove that all those lip service that they are doing for development for the inclusive development is not happening in the Congress ruled states, but it is happening in Gujarat, it is happening in our Madhya Pradesh, it is happening in Chhattisgarh. So there is a timing importance in this, and that is the forthcoming election in Uttar Pradesh, forthcoming election in Gujarat. They want to show that things are going wrong in Gujarat when indeed they are in themselves attributing a lot of motives. They are meddling in the affairs of Gujarat, and above all, now they are trying methods which are very, very devious and insidious in order to hopefully win an election, but which the people will reject them duly. There are court cases happening, and all of you all know about it. Convictions are happening slowly but steadily in the cases related to 2002. And interestingly, much to their disheartening, Congress people are also convicted for their involvement in the riots. That's not good news for them. They can go on keeping the bogey of 2002 Godhra riots, but let them not forget it is a minister, Congress minister from Gujarat, who has been convicted for terror. Now it's Congress which has to explain itself about its involvement with terror, involvement in riot, which is emanating out of communal riots. And it is they who are both convicted, as a minister who is convicted, and their workers are getting convicted in 2002 riot-related cases, who should be explaining rather than the BJP. So today we find that Congress party in its desperation is adopting all kinds of means to destabilize a government, popularly elected government in Gujarat. You saw that they are using CBI. Now they are tempting officers with gifts. The email transaction which are now available in public domain very clearly show you that how officers have been in direct connection with the Congress state level leaders and getting gifts from them. All this very clearly establishes the fact that the Congress party today in its desperation has gone to the extent of even, interfering with the federal structure, weakening states and their powers in order to find some acceptability in the minds of the people of Gujarat, which they will always fail. I'm tempted to ask one last question. Will the Home Minister look at what is happening in Maharashtra, where they are in alliance with NCP, especially in the light of the police shooting which has happened recently? Point blank range, people have been killed. Where is the concern for human rights? Whereas, I would like to remind you, in the case of Mr. Sanjeev Bhatt, because of an indictment given by the NHRC and subsequently also in the court, Gujarat government had to pay 1 lakh of rupees of fine for the misdeeds of Mr. Sanjeev Bhatt. And today, Sanjeev Bhatt is being supported openly by the Home Minister. And let us not forget that it is in a case where Mr. Sanjeev Bhatt was involved, his co-accused, Mr. R.R. Jain, a judge who retired with a bit of ignominy, for whom the Home Minister was himself an advocate in that case. And therefore it doesn't augur well for a democracy when the Home Minister comes out in support of people who are being tried and inquired into for indiscipline. Thank you. Any questions? परसों, was it परसों yesterday? कल गृह मंत्री जी श्री पी चिदम्बरम की स्टेटमेंट गुजरात में जो 3 ऑफिसर्स, पुलिस ऑफिसर्स के ऊपर और उसके बारे में जो स्टेटमेंट होम मिनिस्टर ने किया है, उसका हम भारतीय जनता पार्टी की तरफ से कंडेमनेशन करते हैं, कंडेम करते हैं ऐसे स्टेटमेंट को. इसमें हम एक पैटर्न देख रहे हैं. पैटर्न 2012 में जो उत्तर प्रदेश में आने वाले चुनाव है, गुजरात में आने वाले चुनाव है, इसको मन में रखते हुए कांग्रेस पार्टी के फ्रस्ट्रेशन दिखाई दे रही है। गुजरात में वो बहुत कोशिश कर रहे हैं सीबीआई को दुरुपयोग करते हुए कैसे भी अंदर पहुंचना है, और गुजरात में जो पॉपुलर गवर्नमेंट है, इलेक्शन के द्वारा जो गवर्नमेंट है, मनपसंद गुजरात जनता की मनपसंद सरकार है, उसको डिस्टेबलाइज करने के लिए जो भी कोशिश हो रही है सीबीआई के द्वारा वो जारी है अभी भी। फिर भी सेंट्रल सर्विसेज के जो भी ऑफिसर्स विद डिप्यूट होते हैं आईएएस और आईपीएस के द्वारा, उनमें जो इनडिसिप्लिन हो रही है, उनके ऊपर जब शिकायत आती है और उसमें जांच करने के समय गृह मंत्री अगर दिल्ली में बैठे हुए उनको ऐसे इशारा देते हैं कि आओ हमें आपको हमारी तरफ से हम आपको मदद देंगे, ऐसे मतलब देने वाले, अर्थ देने वाले स्टेटमेंट देने में इनडिसिप्लिन के साथ क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी जोड़ना चाह रही है? होम मिनिस्टर ऐसे इशारा दे रहे हैं कि इनडिसिप्लिन को सपोर्ट करने वाले लाए। इसको हम कड़ी निंदा करते हैं बीजेपी से, और इसमें एक पैटर्न भी देख रहे हैं कि जैसे इशरत जहां के मामले में जो लश्कर तोयबा की वेबसाइट में ही क्लेम किया है लश्कर कि वो ऑपरेटिव है लश्कर तोयबा की, और गवर्नमेंट भी, यूनियन गवर्नमेंट भी उसका एक एफिडेविट में साबित किया कि हां वो टेररिस्ट था। फिर भी बाद में यूनियन होम मिनिस्ट्री उनके अपने बयान बदले। ऐसे ही एक ऑफिसर को गुजरात सरकार के कंसल्टेशन के बिना ट्रांसफर करके दिल्ली में ले आए, और हैदराबाद में जो पुलिस कमिश्नर थे, सोहराबुद्दीन मामले में जांच उधर करने में बहुत ही दिक्कत और रुकावट पैदा करने वाले ऑफिसर हैं, उनको दिल्ली में सीबीआई के हेड बना करके ले आए होम मिनिस्ट्री। ये सब भी डेफिनेटली गुजरात सरकार को डिस्टेबलाइज करने के लिए कोशिश जो हो रही है उसमें बाग है। हम इस स्टेटमेंट कल जो होम मिनिस्टर ने दिया उसको भी इस पैटर्न के एक बाग ही समझ रहे हैं।
मैं अन्ना हजारे, जिस तरह से दिल्ली पुलिस ने 22 शर्तों के साथ अन्ना हजारे को अनशन की अनुमति दी है वहाँ पे, और कहा है कि 3 दिन से ज्यादा अनशन वहाँ पे नहीं हो सकता, इस पर क्या कहेंगे?
सिविल लिबर्टी और सिविल सोसाइटी ग्रुप्स के साथ कभी भी कांग्रेस पार्टी एंगेज करने के लिए मन रखते नहीं हैं, और अभी भी उनको इच्छा है कि कैसे भी ये मामला चुप हो जाए, इसके ऊपर लोकपाल बिल के ऊपर चर्चा ना हो। इसके लिए जो भी कदम उठाएंगे वो डेफिनेटली उठाएंगे, परमिशन नहीं देंगे। हमें इसमें आश्चर्यजनक बात कुछ नहीं है, उनके तानाशाही के एक और इशारा है।
होम मिनिस्टर ने कहा है कि जो अनशन करेंगे वो अलोकतांत्रिक होगा।
कांग्रेस एक उनके अपने बिलीफ, मतलब उनके आइडियोलॉजिकल पोजीशन कभी भी साफ नहीं बोलते हैं, मगर ऐसे इशारा देने में ही उनके आइडियोलॉजिकल पोजीशन हमें समझ में आता है। ये इमरजेंसी ले आए हुए पार्टी है इस देश में, अभी भी विदाउट डिक्लेयरिंग इमरजेंसी उसी तरीके में चल रहे हैं। उसका एक नमूना यही है। Every state government takes up its own ways of dealing with and engaging with the Naxalites. I am sure Trinamool Congress, which has come to power with people's mandate, would keep the national interest in mind and engage with the Naxalites, very clearly remembering the Prime Minister's own statement that if there is a biggest threat to this national security, it is the Naxals.
Also in English, sir, Anna Hazare speak in English.
I said two things on Anna Hazare. Which one?
First. So essentially the fact that 3 days have been given along with some 22 odd conditionalities for this fast.
The Congress party is never at ease with dealing with political parties in the opposition nor with the civil society groups. The party, Congress party's arrogance and their autocratic ways are not new to this country. Unfortunately, today in our democracy, we find both political parties and civil society organizations being actively engaged in questioning the Congress party. The media is playing its role also. However, the Congress party's approach has not changed. It is a party which brought emergency into this country. Now, without declaring an emergency, the way in which they're dealing with political parties or with the media or even with the civil society is only reflective of that attitude. And this is a very clear indication of how they are dealing with.
So your party will, in a sense, formally support what Anna Hazare's past opinions from 15?
We have been giving moral support to anyone who is ready to fight against corruption.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Ma'am, one question. Ma'am, you must have seen the story related to a slip-up by a US diplomat who said that she started looking dark like chameleons.
Oh, I didn't know about it. What is this?
There is a US diplomat in Chennai while, addressing a group of Tamil students. She said, I became dirty and dark like chameleons. Her name is Maureen Chow. She's the vice consul of the US consulate
She traveled,
in Chennai.
I think she traveled, did a train travel for
She
24
took a
hours.
train travel and then she said this.
She took a train journey from Delhi to some place, and then she said that I became dark and dirty, like the Tamil.
Well, I am hearing it from you for the first time, but if indeed she has said that, I'm sorry. It's a very, very poor reflection of her understanding. And being a diplomat, I would rather have her speak far more diplomatically than this.
Thank you.
Thank you.